And the third book, oh my God. Oh my God. You need this in your life this fall, believe me. Hello besties, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day. Today I decided to share some fall book recommendations with you. These are fantasy books that will not only transport you, but also give you all the fall vibes. And the first book is one of my top reads of 2024, Empire of the Vampire by Kristoff. This is a masterpiece. This is a dark fantasy masterpiece. In this book, the last sunrise was about 27 years ago. And since then, vampires had risen and waged war against humanity. And they are taking over the world and they are building their empire. And we are following our Silver Saint, Gabriel de Leon. He's a member of the Holy Brotherhood, dedicated to defend the realm against the creatures of the night. But even with all their fighting skills, the Silver Order is losing and their number is dwindling. I mean, they are fighting against fierce, immortal vampires. And in this book, we are following Gabriel's story through an interview. He's doing an interview not with his captor, but with a historian vampire that belongs to the house that captured them. And he's very curious to know Gabriel's story because he was a legend warrior. We have outstanding battle scenes in a post-apocalyptic world. We have fierce and merciless vampires, main characters that are built with so much depth, and a story that is so unique and gripping, it will have you in a chokehold from page one. And we also have the found family that we all love. I mean, this book, it delivered on all levels. I adore this book so much, this whole series, book one, book two, and I cannot wait to read the third book when it comes out. You have to read it. If you haven't yet, you have to read it. This is one of the best books that I read, period. And this is perfect for fall. And my next recommendation is yet another, yes, vampire book. It is, yes, The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent. I love this book and I love this author. This is an adult fantasy romance, and in this book we are following an adopted human being to the Nightborn vampire king. Her name is beautiful Oriah, and she carved a place for her in the vampire kingdom. She's fierce and cunning and smart, and I love her so much, but she wants to become more. She feels like being human is not enough in a world of vampires, and that's why she decides to enter the competition of the Kajari. It is a legendary tournament held by the goddess of death herself, goddess Nyaxia, and the winner will have a fulfilled wish. But of course, winning is not easy when you are competing against vampires, and vampires that trained for this tournament. And they come from all three houses: House of Blood, House of Shadow, and House of Night, where Oriah comes from. And to win the competition, she finds herself obligated to join forces with our MMC, Rain. We love him so much. So he's a dangerous, ruthless vampire, an efficient killer, and also an enemy to her father's crown. And of course, as the story progresses, she finds herself drawn to him more and more. And there's also a war brewing in the House of Night. And in the competition, Oriah starts to understand or start to discover that things may not be as they seem. And she starts to question everything she thought she knew about her house. And Rain might be the only person who understands her more than anyone. This is the Hunger Games, but make it for adults with brutal vampires and a deadly competition that will make it impossible for you to put this book down. Add to that a heart-wrenching romance, political intrigue, dark magic, and characters to die for. You need to read this book. If you haven't read it yet, this is a must-read. Absolutely amazing. The next book that I'm going to talk about is one of the best YA fantasies ever. Let me bring it. You already know Bonesmith. This book made it to my top reads of 2023, and it is for a reason. This is an excellent excellent YA fantasy. I love this book to death. I will link my review here and also in the description. And as I said before, don't read the synopsis for this book. It gives too much away. And it also like spoil you for some surprises and twists that happen at the beginning of the book and also along the way when you read a little bit and go a little bit further into the book. So I'm against reading the synopsis for this one. All you need to know is that it is pitched as Gideon the Ninth meets the White Walkers of Game of Thrones. And it is exactly that, and it delivered on all levels too. I love this book so much. The adventure and the characters, the adventure that this lady went on. Oh my God, it will blow your mind. I love this. I love the vibes. I love the friendships. I love the characters. I love the pacing of the book. It keeps you turning the pages. It does not slow down one bit, and it's not in a bad way. It makes you want to know more because it is so filled with action and the plot is constantly moving, and I adored it. I really love this book so much. All you need to know is that in this kingdom and the dominions, the dead linger and the ghosts are unpredictable and dangerous, and they can attack you and they can harm you. And we have bonesmiths that need to sever the link between the ghost and the earthly remains. And for our bonesmith, Gwen, she really, her dream is to become a Valkyr. And a Valkyr is mainly a highly trained ghost fighting warrior. They go with the rapiers, they protect them so they can sever the bond and extract the souls from the remaining bones. This book has one of the most enthralling and astounding world buildings ever without it being overwhelming at all. With a gothic dark atmosphere with ghosts, we also have an amazing cast of characters. Characters that you will root for, characters that you will fall in love with, and a thrilling plotline that will keep you on your toes. I mean, the layers and the twists are just brilliant. It is so unique and fresh. I fell in love with the story. We have enemies to lovers, we have necromancy magic, we have bones, lots of bones, and forests that are literally made of bones, and ghosts and walking undead. I mean, imagine the scenery, imagine the atmosphere. I loved it, and it is perfect for this time of the year. And I devoured this book, and I cannot wait to reread this one and read the second book and the finale because it's only a duology. And I'm crossing my fingers that the second book is as good, if not better, than the first one. I don't know if she will top it, to be honest, because this was so good. You need to read this, Bonesmith. The next book that I'm going to talk about is a book where we have a magician or a mage. It is Master of Crows by Grace Draven. This is an adult fantasy romance, and it has this historical fantasy feel to it. The writing is so beautiful. I love the writing so much. And in this book, we are following Marquise, who strikes a deal, a bargain with her master. He is some kind of a mage priest. To gain her freedom, she has to go and spy on Silhara, who is known as the Master of Crows, and like they describe him as being a dangerous, ruthless enemy and a renegade sorcerer that they want to take him down. The Conclave wants to take him down, and they send Marquise because he also asks for a translator to translate some text, and like they are helping him, but they are not helping him. They are conspiring because they want to take him down. And of course, she was warned that he was evil with basically no morals, and she has to be on her guard when she's with him. And on the other hand, we have Silhara. Silhara is currently fighting the god of corruption. He wants to take over his body, so of course he can rule the world, and Silhara is fighting that. And he needs help. He needs help of Marquise, who can understand a certain language to help him translate some text and get some answers on how to fight the god of corruption. I loved how Mertice was portrayed as plain. She's not like, she does not have anything that is so beautiful and pretty about her physical appearance, but she does have the most beautiful voice when she speaks, not when she sings, because sometimes when she was singing, Silhara was like, I remember some scenes when he was like, what is that? And she's like, nothing. He's like, no, 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 what is that? And she's like, it's just, I'm singing. And he was like, don't do it again. You scared my dog, you scared my birds, you scared my servant, even me, I am scared, stop it. I love their banter so much. His humor, the banter between them, how it progressed from enemies to lovers. It is very slow burn, by the way. And we also have some interesting side characters. We have Gurn, who is a lifelong friend to Silhara. He's a giant with a broken past, and also we have a stinky dog. His name is Scale. And yeah, it was a delightful story. We have a fantastic writing with a gripping storyline. Also, the imagery is very fitting for this time of the year, and I highly recommend this as a fall read. And the next book that I want to recommend is my beloved Belladonna series. Oh, I just finished reading Wisteria, rereading Foxglove and reading Wisteria, and oh my god, this series gets better with each book. Adalyn Grace is amazing. This is one of the best Gothic YA fantasies ever. The atmosphere, the characters, the writing, the romance, everything is so beautiful. Everything will just steal your heart. I loved this series so much. It made me cry. Wisteria made me laugh, and the ending made me cry. I don't know. I don't even know why. I mean, yes, I know why. I know why. If you read it, you know. But like, I didn't expect myself to cry, to be honest. And yes, tears of sadness and tears of joy and tears of sadness that the series has ended. It was such an emotional read for me. And these books, like, I feel like they snuck up on me, and now they have this special place in my heart. I love these characters so much. I love this world so much. Signa, Death, Blythe, and you know who. Because we cannot talk about them in this book. So if you haven't read Belladonna yet, if you are thinking about picking up a Gothic YA fantasy, if you are thinking about picking up any Gothic book this season, if you haven't read Belladonna yet, read it. Read it. It deserves all the hype in the world. I love this series so much. Absolutely amazing. 5 stars. Each book got 5 stars. When I read Foxglove last year, I gave it 4 stars, but when I reread it this year, I bumped it up to 5 stars. Wisteria got a 5 stars. Freaking amazing. Amazing, amazing. Every single bit of it. Every book in the series is an absolute delight. The enemies to lovers is done so beautifully. So beautifully. In the first book, the second book, and the third book. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yes. Absolute yes. You know what? You know what's the best feeling in the world is that when you are waiting for a sequel or for a book to come out and it does not disappoint. That's how I felt with Wisteria. It exceeded my expectations and it blew my mind. I was reading and I didn't want that book to end. I really didn't want it to end. As much as it ripped my heart, I didn't want it to end because it was so good. This series is so good. It deserves all the hype. Please, please read it. Iconic, iconic series. Belladonna, read it. The next book that I want to recommend this fall is a witchy book that we received in the beginning of this year in a Fairy Loot box, and it is one of my absolute favorite editions done by Fairy Loot, the Crimson Moth. If you are looking for an enemies to lovers between a witch hunter and a witch, there you go. thank me later, because this is one of the best enemies to lovers, YA fantasy enemies to lovers ever. It is everything you are looking for and more. This has one of the things that I really adore in books. You know what I love? I love when an FMC is smart and cunning, but she's playing dumb. Yes, our gorgeous Rune here is doing exactly that, and I ate it up. It was so well executed, so good, so wonderful to witness. I loved every single page of that. Plus, the book was so easy to get into, it was packed with action, and it made me devour the pages. The characters were developed, the writing was spot on, and we have all the witchy vibes and the chemistry and angst between Rune and Gideon. Let me show you. Between these two, check, check, and check. This is perfect. If you are looking for a witchy book to read this season, you need to read The Crimson Moth. I love this book so much, and I cannot wait to read the sequel. You need this in your life this fall, believe me. And sticking with the witchy books, one of my absolute favorite enemies to lovers series ever with witches, Kingdom of the Wicked by Kerri Maniscalco. If you are looking for another Rhys, if you loved Rhysand from ACOTAR, I introduce you to Wrath, the Demon Prince. Oh my god. This series is one of the most addictive, suspenseful series ever, with the hottest romances ever. You need to read it if you haven't experienced Kingdom of the Wicked, the 3 books, the whole series, because it gets better. It gets better with every book. You need to read the series. We have black magic summoning one of the princes of hell, Prince Wrath, a broody prince of hell who cares for fashion with a snarky attitude, and we also have a mystery, a murder mystery to solve. And Emilia has to partner with him in order to solve the mystery of the murder of her twin sister. He fashions her an entire wardrobe, and he lets her summon him whenever she needs him, and he knows about her favorite flowers. And oh my god, he's so swoon-worthy. He will be your new favorite Rhys, I guarantee you. We also have top-tier dark imagery and scenes, and a world building that gets better and even bigger and more beautiful with each book. We have a unique magic system with different classes of demons and witches. This series has also one of the most insane plot twists and one of the most beautiful slow burns that will make you kick your feet. And the ending of this book will make you run to get book 2 and continue on with the story. I guarantee you. I want to reread the series so badly. Yes, yes, I love it so much. And this was my last recommendation for this video. If you want me to make part 2, let me know in the comments down below. And if you made it this far, leave me the witch or the demon emoji. And if you enjoyed the video, please watch one of these videos. That would help me out a lot. And also, don't forget to subscribe and join the amazing community of book besties here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!